Alright, we're back. I got a new mount for the car, so if this thing falls off, then it falls off. But if it's too bouncy, it's too bouncy. It's a bouncy car. Let's see how it goes. Yes. Last time we were talking about profitability, and today I wanted to talk about finding a reason why you want to trade. Let me know if this is too bouncy. It might be too bouncy. I don't know if I want to go through the whole thing right now with it just being way too bouncy. Oh boy. So why do you want to trade? There's a lot of people out there that want you to buy into the lifestyle of trading, but I feel like that's a road that'll lead you down a bad path, because if you're chasing money and cars and watches and recognition, then will you ever really be happy? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think there'll be contentment and success to a certain degree, but it's the discontentment that drives people to pursue more and more and more and more. I think that if I have any purpose in the trading space, it's to promote the opposite of what people kind of dangle in front of it, all the young or new traders' eyes, the Rolexes and the nice cars and the lifestyle and all that stuff. Don't get me wrong, I think that stuff is for sure obtainable, but you need to have like a step-by-step plan, number one. And number two, I don't think that's just not going to make you happy. And you've probably heard it before, because people do mention it, that if you're pursuing $1 in the trading space, then you're never going to get it. You're always going to be losing it. But if you're pursuing success within a strategy, within a plan, discipline, psychology, then that's when you become profitable. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about, you got to have a why, just like you need to have a why for anything else you do in life. If you wanted to be a firefighter or a cop or a successful businessman, there's got to be a why. And if the why is just material, then I think it's an empty pursuit. And I would be amiss to not also share too that there is something worth striving for, and that's the Lord. He is the only thing to give real purpose and real happiness and real joy. So that's where I come from. I come from a standpoint of, I have everything I need in Christ, but I'm still an ambitious man, and I have a great job, but something's pulling me to trading, and especially to maybe even be a voice kind of in the opposite direction of, I think, the desire for all of the possessions and the passions. And also I want to say too that I don't think there's anything wrong with, wanting a cool car or a nice watch or any of those things, but when those become your idol or your driving focus, I think, well, spiritually, for one, it's going to kill you, and professionally, number two, it's going to kill you, I think. Because if that's your only goal, is just to have nice stuff, then I feel like that's a low bar. I feel like that's all that you want to be a professional, let's just say, trader for. You want to be a professional trader just so you can have a nice watch or a car. I think that's a juvenile approach, and I think the people that only want those things, either A, that's what they end up with and that's all they end up with, or they never get there because they're focusing on the wrong things. So yeah, and I feel like maybe maybe I'm missing, I feel like I've been watching like trading educational videos through YouTube for literally the last decade, of people talking about, and what I found is, again, I don't think that they're necessarily lying. when they're promoting the the courses or the strategy or whatever. I think that there's I know there's a lot of strategies that you can become profitable with, and it's not about the winning sauce, it's not about the winning strategy, it's about the winning mindset, the discipline, and the psychology, the emotions. That's what wins. The strategy is just a means to get there, but it's once you've mastered the emotions and the psychology, and like I mentioned before, the why, like why are you doing it, is when you're really going to be able to see success. And then the success is just the first part. Then it's the scaling part, and nobody talks about scaling, because I mean, if we're being honest, all we really need is an edge that makes $1 consistently. I can rely on $1, and then we scale the dollar. Scale the dollar to 2, to 4, to 8, right, to 16, and so on and so forth. And that's what matters. But yeah, like I've been a part of like signal services and stuff where I've copied trades, and I made money copying trades for sure, but there's no long-term success in that, which is why I made the Discord that I made now with a couple guys in it, and it's free, and there's people in there, and you can copy the trades that I take. But the purpose of it, though, that I really want to drive home is I want to build people in the areas that will actually make them successful, because copying a trade or a trader that knows how to make winning trades is not going to be sustainable or make you money in the long term. If you really want to be a professional trader, then you need to have everything that I just talked about. Yes, the strategy, the knowledge of the charts in the market for sure, but anybody could obtain those. It's the emotional discipline, which, to be honest, either you're smart enough to learn through others' mistakes, or it comes through your own personal mistakes, and it comes with the why. Why do you want to do it? It can't just be for money, and you've probably heard this a million times, but it really can't, because again, you're striving for money. That's not scalable. A model that makes you money, that's scalable. But if you don't have passion to do it, you're going to burn out, because you're going to be met with roadblock after roadblock after roadblock, loss after loss after loss. And it's, what do you do when you lose? There is a great book that was recommended to you by my mentor. It's called Trading in the Zone, by Mark Douglas, and it talks about the psychology of trading and the vicious cycle of getting success through trading, experiencing a loss, and then thinking that it's all about going back and learning more about the market. But it really isn't that. It's going back. There's way more in the book too. This is just one piece of it, but it's looking at yourself, not putting the blame on your knowledge of the market or what the market did to you. It's, what did you do to incur the loss? And more importantly than that, it's, how do you deal with the loss? You take responsibility for it? Do you think that you need to go study more? Or do you factor it into the equation? Like I said in my previous video, it's about math, something that I'm not really good at, but I'm good enough to understand that probabilities play out, right? If you win 90% of the time, you're going to lose 10% of the time, and that's just part of the model. Which, again, in my other video I talked about a little bit. I'm going to make more in-depth videos on like risk management, what it means, how to be profitable with risk management, because that's where it really comes down to in the strategy. But the why, right? Ask yourself, why do you want to do it? Yeah, my warning is that the money, the cars, the recognition is a road that leads to dissatisfaction and ultimately death. I mean that in a spiritual way. But I also want to emphasize too that excuse me. I also want to emphasize too that I will say that people are afraid of success. They're afraid of stepping out of the comfort zone. into the realm of the unknown, to quote Casting Crowns, to take a risk and kind of hang it all out on the line for the purpose of becoming better. I think that is mandatory for us. We should be challenging ourselves, and it doesn't need to be this is all trading based, because this is what I like to do, and I feel the challenge and I feel the call to it. But we should be stepping out of the comfort zone. We have to, if we ever want to progress. The hard part is keeping the dream or the goal in its correct spot, and not making that an idol, because the temptation is to focus and scheme and fantasize about that goal, what it's going to look like, how it's going to feel, what you're going to have, all those things. And that's not it. You can pour yourself into and work really hard for something and not make it an idol. I can't speak today. It's just finding that balance, and you can't find that balance unless you know the Lord. That's not my opinion. I know that to be the truth. I've been there, and even still, I struggle with the battle, because the ambitious self also struggles with the content self. And there is a way to be content with what you have and where you're at, because that's a state of mind and spirit. But also be ambitious to be better. You don't have to be one or the other. I think that's a very small-minded view, is when you're content with where you're at, you have no aspirations to better yourself. That's just not true. And it's not true for anybody who's ever had any success in any field. If they were content, then that means that you're not going anywhere. It means you kind of like bury your head in the sand, and you just stay where you're at. Which, hey, if you feel like that's what you're being called to do, I disagree with it, but then great. But if you feel like you're being called to more, you have to take into consideration all the things that I just said, and the why you're doing it. And I want to give people encouragement, especially Christian people that are taking on the trading sphere, that may or may not feel odd about it. Think about what I just said. It doesn't really matter what I said. Look at what the Bible says. It's evident. If something is taking over your thoughts and consuming you, and it's the first thing that you think about when you wake up and the last thing you think about when you go to bed, that's not a passion, that's an idol. We need to have balance within the ambitions and with the things that are important. And that's what I want to be on here to help you guys with. And also, like I said, I have a Discord. I'm not trying to sell anything. It will eventually be a paid Discord, especially in the sense that I'm going to charge people for mentorship and things like that. But right now, it's free. You just log in. There's guys and girls in there that are probably the same level as you. All my trades I take are on there. I'm very transparent. Win, lose, it's about growing. And you won't ever be profitable until you take both sides, and document both sides, and you make yourself better. Yeah. So ask yourself why. Why do you want to trade? Do you truly want to aspire to be more? What does more look like? Is it worth it? And how do you get there? There's a lot of winding rabbit holes on YouTube and just in trading in general. People want to make money off you, being naive to a lot of the schemes. Myself included, falling into that trap a lot, especially within the signal services or the course selling. What you need is a mentor. You need somebody who's got integrity. You need somebody who's willing to tell people how it is, and to help you grow and give you the truth, and really put it upon you to either want it bad enough to strive to succeed, or look in the mirror and think like, this just isn't for me. I'm being called to do something different. But yeah, what do you guys think? Please like the video, comment, do something so that people start to see the videos that I'm posting. I know that they're just me talking in a car, but this is kind of, without giving away too many personal details, I'm a family guy and I got a full-time job other than trading, so I don't have all the time in the world to sit down and make a really cool video. Basically, this is what I got. Before I go into the gym, I got a little bit of time to talk how I feel, and that's it. So if you guys, I will start making some videos though about, you know, like how to trade. I think that that's important. I'm gonna have that strategy-based stuff on there, and nothing that I do, my trading has gone from, you know, the ICT level stuff where we're talking about like technical advanced concepts to all the way to where I'm at, I think now, where it's very basic price action, higher time frame. And that's the other thing too, is if you don't want, listen, I can help you with the psychology side, but if you don't fit well with the swing trading type, and you fit more with the day trading type, then my stuff just isn't gonna be applicable to you. I mean, it is in concept. You can always, like, you know, price is fractal on the different time frames. You can apply it to the time frames. Just, you have to understand the win rate decreases when you apply my strategy to it. The strategy that I use, and I don't, by any means, I don't take, this is a strategy that's been around for forever. It's just price action. So if you want to learn how to do that, join the free Discord, join my Discord. I will be posting videos about it on the YouTube, and comment down below what you guys want to see or what you think. Maybe tell me I'm wrong, maybe agree with me, I don't know. Just do something so the video gets some recognition and people start to see it. So thank you guys for listening to me ramble. Until the next pre-gym rambling, goodbye.